Ladies and gentlemen, every single year the calendar changes and people expect miracles. January 1st arrives and suddenly everyone believes life will behave differently.
Sam alarme clock.
Same phone in your hand. Same habits. Same excuses. But somehow, people expect new results. That is the first dangerous mindset you must drop right now. Let me say this clearly so there's no confusion. 2026 does not care that it's a new year. You don't wake up on January 1st upgraded like a phone after a software update. Life doesn't install discipline overnight. Confidence doesn't magically appear. If your thinking is the same, your results will be the same, just with a new number at the end of the year. People love January motivation. It feels powerful. New notebook. New wallpaper.
New playlist.
New promises. But motivation without a new mindset is like buying gym shoes and never stepping inside the gym. You already know how this story goes. In January, gyms are packed. In February, they're quieter. By March, the trainer recognizes only the same 5 people who never quit. Why? Because most people don't fail due to lack of motivation. They fail because they believe motivation will save them. It won't. Here's the mindset you must not carry into 2026. I'll work hard when I feel ready. Let me tell you something uncomfortable but true. Nobody in history ever felt ready. Not once. Think about Elon Musk in his early days.
Rockets failed.
Millions burned. People laughed at him. Investors walked away. The media called him reckless and crazy. If he waited to feel confident or comfortable, SpaceX would still be an idea written in a notebook. He didn't win because everything worked. He won because he kept moving while everything was broken. That's the difference. Most people wait for confidence. Winners build confidence after they start. Another example you already know. Colonel Sanders didn't build KFC in his 20s, 30s, or 40s. He was rejected hundreds of times. Imagine if he said, "I'm too old for this new economy." He didn't change the economy. He changed his mindset. Excuses didn't build his legacy. Action did.
Now let's get personal.
How many people do you know who say, "This year I'll focus. This year I'll learn. This year I'll change"? And then they spend the first week of January doing exactly what they did in December.
Scrolling.
Complaining. Waiting. They don't lack opportunity. They lack honesty with themselves. The world today rewards people who move early, learn fast, and adapt quickly. But many people are still thinking like it's 2010. Stable jobs. Linear growth. Slow change. That mindset is expired. In 2026, staying the same is actually more dangerous than failing. Failure teaches lessons.
Comfort lies.
People say, "I don't want to make mistakes." But not making mistakes is the biggest mistake of all. The real risk isn't starting a business and failing. The real risk is staying in the same place for 10 years and calling it security. Here's the brutal truth nobody likes to hear. 2026 will reward people who take responsibility and punish people who keep blaming timing, luck, and others. If you walk into this year thinking, "I still have time. I'll start later. I'll change when life gets easier," you're already behind. But if you change the way you think before you change what you do, this year can quietly transform everything. And we're just getting started. If you believe 2026 will magically fix your problems, think again. Life doesn't care about new calendars. Your bank account doesn't magically grow. Your skills don't improve on their own. Opportunities don't wait for you to feel ready. Here's a simple truth most people ignore. Your mindset is your real wealth machine. Not your job. Not your degree. Not even your connections, though they help. Your thinking decides whether you win or lose in this fast-moving world.
Look at Warren Buffett.
He didn't become wealthy by scrolling social media or chasing instant pleasure. He valued knowledge over convenience. Long-term thinking over short-term comfort. Every dollar he didn't waste. Every book he read. Every principle he followed compounded over time. Now compare that with someone who spends the same money on shopping apps, trends, and upgrades. Same money. Same effort. One ends up owning companies. The other owns notifications. That's the power of mindset. And this isn't just about money.
Look at Michael Jordan.
Cut from his high school basketball team. Imagine if he said, "Maybe I'm just not ready." Instead, he trained harder, studied the game, and obsessed over improvement. That mindset turned rejection into championships. In 2026, your mindset must work like compound interest.
Small daily habit.
Tiny improvements.
Reading one page a day.
Learning one skill a week. Saving knowledge instead of wasting time. That's how people quietly build wealth, influence, and freedom while others chase shortcuts. Most people think they're busy. I work 12 hours a day, they say. But look closer. How many of those hours are actually growing them? Learning? Building skills? Or are they answering emails, scrolling feeds, and watching random videos? Motion is not movement. Busyness is not progress.
Look at Oprah Winfrey.
She didn't start rich. She started with belief. Every conversation, every risk, every early morning added value. And value, ladies and gentlemen, is the real currency of 2026. Money fades. Value lasts. Entering 2026 with an old mindset is like walking into a store full of gold with an empty wallet. Opportunity is everywhere, but you're unprepared to claim it. The successful don't wait. They think differently. Here's something actionable. Stop treating money like a trophy.
Treat it like feedback on your value.
Stop believing time will fix your problems. Only mindset does.
Stop waiting for perfect moment.
They don't exist.
You want wealth?
Think like someone who creates value.
You want influence?
Think like someone who learns constantly.
You want freedom?
Think like someone who owns their mind. Yes, it's uncomfortable. That's the point. Growth is uncomfortable.
Comfort keeps you stuck in the past.
If it feels easy and familiar, congratulations, you're still in last year. Ask yourself honestly. Are you entering 2026 to win or to watch others win? Now let's talk about people. More friends does not mean a better life. Some people only show up when they need something. Some say yes to everything but never tell you the truth. If you let them guide your life in 2026, frustration is guaranteed. Jeff Bezos didn't surround himself with people who agreed with him. He chose people who challenged him. Serena Williams didn't grow alone. She trained with people who pushed her limits. 2026 will test your relationships. Likes won't save you. Truth will. Cut fake connections.
Invest in real ones. Gros over confort.
Quality over quantity. When your network improves, opportunities multiply naturally. Now action.
Mindset without action is entertainment.
Winners build small daily habits.
Invest 30 minutes a day in learning. Track your money.
Choose your people.
Take imperfect action.
Reflect weekly. Success isn't massive effort. It's consistent direction. Most people complain for hours but won't spend 10 minutes improving. That's why they stay stuck. Take one habit seriously this year. Just one. By December, your life will look unrecognizable. 2026 will not wait. Time moves forward whether you grow or not. The difference between regret and pride is daily decisions. Stop waiting.
Stop lying to yourself. Stop wasting time on excuses.
Choose value over comfort.
Learning over scrolling.
Truth over appearances. Because the people who win in 2026 aren't lucky. They simply chose a winning mindset. And the best part? You can start right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, 2026 is here.
It's fast. It's real. It's waiting.